Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Connie from the TIGP office. I'm your MC today, and it is my pleasure to welcome here this afternoon. 2021 TIGP Student Orientation will start now. Let's take a glance at today's agenda. First, we will have Dr. Meng bring greetings on behalf of Academia Cynical. Second, Ms. Angelina will introduce TIGP regulation. Then Ms. Huan Yi will share the ARC information with you and come along with TIGP counselor Ms. Dan Luo. She will briefly give you an idea about cross-cultural transitions and the prevention of sexual harassment. And that is not all. We also like to introduce two outstanding graduates who will share their experience with you. Finally, we will have two dorm mentors to share about life at the student dormitory in the neighborhood, such as where to eat and shop. We'd like to remind you again, all the presentation slides we released today have already been saved into PDF files and uploaded to the online folder. You should have already received all the information by email from your program assistant. Please download it freely to meet your needs. Also, the information will be posted on the TIGP website later. So now let's start with the opening remarks by Dr. Ziqing Meng, the graduate dean and director of the Departments of International Affairs of Academia Cynical. Let's welcome Dr. Meng.
Thanks, Connie, and welcome everybody under this very difficult and challenging time. As you all experienced, COVID-19 pandemics affect everybody, and our life as well as career has been changed drastically. However, I want to begin by suggesting you that we all take this advantage to make a beneficial change of our life as well as our career development. All right, you guys would listen to many talks today, and the schedule today is very busy. So I would make my opening as short as possible, but certainly I'd like to give you some words, some encouragement. First of all, the decision to enter the PhD study marks a very drastic change of your life. And this could be the best time in your life. But at the same time, this is also perhaps the most challenging moment in your life. Looking ahead of you, there are many new tasks that you never experienced in the past. I just named some of you. For example, you are going to start with many courses, and many courses far away from your previous training. And the other thing, which is also related to the pandemic, many of you are going to join the courses through the online video or the virtual events. So all these things are quite different from what you had in the past. So from this moment, you have to make your heart very strong. This is not going to be easy, especially for the first year. You could join the courses for next few months through the online event. And the learning experience will be quite different from all your education in the past. And many of us, including our faculty members, are still in the process to adopt the new measurement of the online courses. So we would need your feedback and also your suggestions to make the online courses quite smooth in the operation. So this is the first thing we like to remind you, that the courses will be quite different from your past experience. And once you go through the courses, certainly there will be a qualified exam. There could be rotations for many of you. Then you will need to perform research for quite a few years. then publication, and finally you will reach to the time to defend your thesis. So all this would be challenging for sure. None of those tasks would be easy. So as I said, making your heart really strong and make your mind quite clear in pursuing this career is essential at this moment. So by saying this, I want to remind every one of you to think about 3 whys. The first why is why you're going to pursue a PhD, why this is important to you. If you never thought about this, I suggest that you take some time in next few months to think clearly, why do you need a PhD? Since this career is very challenging, as I said, in next few years, you will go through many steps, and each step may be the most difficult in your life. So you have to ask yourself clearly why a PhD is needed for your life, for your career. So this is the first why. And the second why is why Taiwan. Many of you, including domestic students, as well as international students, many of you should have a lot of options to study PhD in many countries. But why do you choose Taiwan? And I wish you make this decision very clear in your mind as well. Otherwise, you will experience cultural shock. You will experience all different kinds of things in Taiwan compared to your previous life experience. So if you do not have a clear reason to stay in Taiwan for PhD study for many years, you may be disappointed. You may feel very frustrated, especially for international students. If you don't know much about Taiwan yet, you still have a chance to look through all information needed online and ask your student fellows who already spent time in Taiwan, or ask friends around who ever met Taiwanese people or who ever visited Taiwan in the past. So this will be also the decision for many of you to spend few years in a different country. So please make the second why also quite clear in your mind. Then certainly the third why is why Academia Sinica. In Taiwan, there are many universities that are available for PhD study, but you guys selected Academia Sinica. Why is that? Was the reason clear to you already, or not clear yet? So make the third why also a very definite answer in your mind. Otherwise, as I said for the second point, just like the selection of a country, a selection of a main venue, an institute for your PhD study is also a lifetime experience. Certainly, I can tell you some of our perspectives why Academia Sinica. If we can move to the next slide. As you can see here, in 2021, we have near 2,000 applicants who were interested in TIGP. And out of 2,000, we only took 154. So this certainly gives us a very proud reason that TIGP is doing well. So we got a very low percentage of admission. And you guys were selected by our faculties. And congratulations on the first successful step to join Academia Sinica. And let's move to the next slide. So here you can see the distribution of nationalities among students. Also in 2021, we have students coming from 21 countries, which is remarkable. And you can see all your fellow students coming from various regions around the world. So certainly this makes Academia Sinica a very international community. And you guys would learn things from each other, not only Taiwanese students, but also fellows coming from other regions in the world. So these are good reasons to join Academia Sinica, since internationalized community is one of our goals, to set up a very high standard of research as well as living environment on campus here. And you would listen to many talks later on, which also introduce how much care we would like to give to you guys to make sure that you live here well, you learn things well here, and you can experience Taiwanese culture well. But these are the reasons from our perspective. And I suggest each of you also think about a good reason or two so that you join Academia Sinica for good. So again, 3 whys. I urge each of you keep thinking those questions, not only in next few months, but in next few years. And what we wish is that when you finish your PhD study here, maybe 2-3 years, maybe 5-6 years, then you feel very satisfied being here. And by then, once you finish your defense, you can be very proud. You can tell your juniors that you made a right choice, and you can recommend your juniors to select TIGP, to select Taiwan, and select Academia Sinica as well. All right, so these are the words I want to share with you today. And many of my colleagues spent quite a lot of effort and time to prepare the materials in this orientation. So I'm sure that you will receive very rich information in next few hours. But don't be so anxious. If you cannot take notes, that's fine. We will going to post all the slides being used today in TIGP website. So you can always go there to retrieve information. And once you reach to Taiwan, feel welcome to stop by our office. And we have all staff members there to answer your questions, to provide the necessary services. And today you are going to also meet the program secretaries online. So each of you belong to one of 13 programs. So you also need those secretaries to work together with you in next few years during your PhD study. So these are the programs we provide you today. And any questions after the orientation, feel free to write down and send us back through the online questionnaires. All right, so these are what I want to tell you, and welcome again. And I hope to meet you in person pretty soon. Thanks.
Thanks for Dr. Mark's inspiring speech. As most students will spend at least 3 to 5 years here, we do want you to have some idea about the rules to keep you on track. So now let's welcome TIGP staff, Ms. Angelina, to introduce TIGP regulations. Welcome, Ms. Angelina.
Hello, everyone. I'm Angelina from TIGP office. Welcome to join TIGP family. We are hoping you are doing well through this challenging time of COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, In our orientation today, this section contains 9 focuses, which include the program overview and life in TIGP safety concern, cybersecurity awareness, event reminder, and program regulation, program resources, publication guideline, and ARC information, and the certificate of student status. I will present Focus 1 to Focus 8. The last focus will be presented by my other colleague. So if you need to review today's presentation slides, they are available online. So now you can just focus on our presentation. So let's start the first focus, TIGP program overview. Okay, TIGP is jointly organized by Academia Cynical in cooperation with national universities. So since 2002, we have had 6 directors. Our current director is Dr. Mei-Yin Zhou. She is also our president of Academia Cynical. And there are 13 programs in TIGP in collaboration with 10 national research universities. This slide shows the full name of 30 programs with our partner universities and establishment year. Okay, this map shows the location of our 10 partner universities. 7 universities are located in the northern Taiwan, 2 universities located in the heart of Taiwan. Only 1 is located in the southern. Okay, this shows you the map of Academia Cynical. We point out 2 important venues for you. For example, number 9 is a TIGP dormitory, which is nearby the main gate of Academia Cynical. And number 10 is a TIGP office building, which is not located the main campus of Academia Cynical. Okay, as of now, we have over 500 students from 33 countries, not including you guys. You are our newcomer students. For our current students, about 64% are from international, about 36% from the domestic. Okay, for graduates, there are more than 516 students graduate from TIGP. TIGP students have had an excellent track record of publishing in high-impact journals. There are about 2,000 journals has been published already. So for our graduates, what are they doing right now? In our record, about 17% they work for university or research organization, serving as a professor, postdoc, or research fellows. So about 30% of them are working for high-tech companies or private corporations. Okay, they are the member of Department of International Affairs and the TIGP team members. We are looking for see you in the near future. Okay, our angels, program assistant. They are very important to you during your study in TIGP. We want to introduce them one by one. So the first one will be Vicky from CBMB. Please, Vicky, could you please turn on your microphone and say hi to everyone?
Hello, everyone. My name is Vicky, and I'm from the CBMB program. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Vicky. Okay, next one will be Bonnie from MST program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bonnie Lin from MST program. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Bonnie. So the Jennifer from MBS, she is not be able to join to this event. So the next one is Jessica from MCB program. Jessica.
Hello everyone. I'm Jessica. I'm from MCB program. Welcome to study in Taiwan and hope you enjoy your PhD journal. and get a very wonderful days here. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. The next one is Zhirou from BIO Bio Program.
Hello everyone, I'm Zhirou Lai from Bioinformatics Program. Welcome to TIGP family.
Okay, the next one is Flora from Nano Program.
Oh, Flora, nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Flora. The next one is Rebecca from MM Program.
Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca from Molecular Medicine Program. Welcome to join us.
Thank you, Rebecca. The next one is Yuwen from ESS Program.
Hello everyone. I'm very happy to see you. Welcome to Taiwan.
Okay, thank you, Yuwen. So next one is Vanessa from Biodiversity Program.
Hello everyone, I'm Vanessa from Biodiversity Program. Very
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you all.
Thank you, Vanessa. So next one is Vara from INS Program.
Hello everyone, I'm Vara from INS Program. Nice to meet you.
So the next one is Juliet from SCST Program.
Hi, I'm Juliet. I'm from SCST Program. Nice to meet you all.
Okay, the last one is our lab, the only one male angel. Is it from SNHCC? Kun, are you there?
Hello everyone, I'm Zheng Fun from SNHCC Program. Nice to meet you all.
Hello, thank you, Kun. So it is our angels of a TIGP program. So you can contact them if you have any question. Okay, let's move on the next slide. Focus 2, life in TIGP. What kind of life you are living in TIGP? Let's look at. Okay, the TIGP environment. On the campus of Academia Cynical, you can access the gym, indoor swimming pool, courts, bookstore, medical service, restaurants, food court, and libraries. However, due to the COVID-19 condition, before you enter these venues, you will be required to wear a face mask and scan a QR code by cell phone. So, and nearby the campus, we have a shuttle bus service, metro, U-Bike, post office, supermarket, and convenience stores. There are also 2 shopping malls. One is a City Link, the other one is a CTBC Financial Park. Okay, outside of research, our students enjoy a lot of activity we arrange. For example, museum tours and a cultural event. Every year, we arrange one-day trip for our students too. Taking them to Pingxi, Bitan, Yingge. Those are famous sceneries in Taiwan. By attending this event, you can meet new friends and build up your networking. Okay, maybe for your first year in TIGP, public transportation might be one of the good choices in your daily life. Here comes the QR code for Metro Map. And here is a QR code for U-Bike website. All detail you can find from the internet. Okay, let's move on. Next one. Next one, wait a second. Next one, box 3, safety concerns. Okay, as you see on the slides, Taiwan has a beautiful sceneries. However, please be aware of a drip change from the lake. The lake's surface may look calm and flat, but underneath there could be a dangerous current deep enough for the broken waves and unseen objects such as logs and boulders. When you see this warning sign, you are not allowed to swim in here, so it's dangerous. Before you go on the trip, always watch the weather report first. During typhoon, do not go to the seaside, as Taiwan is located in the tropical weather zone. Therefore, the freaky waves are extremely dangerous. Okay, if someone is drowning, here are the steps. Call out loud, ask someone for help, and wait for professional help. Please do not go into the water and try to save the person by yourself, because your safety is our concern. Okay, move to focus 4, cybersecurity awareness. What's a cyberspace? Cyberspace is an electronic of an interlinked network of computers, so be aware of hackers. So for cybersecurity, everyone is responsible. When you connect to the internet on campus or in TIGP dormitory, do not download illegal softwares, videos, or films. Do not visit unsafe websites. Furthermore, do not open an email sent from unknown senders. The reason are you might be hacked. And the reason 2, you are be tested by the Computer Center of Academia Cynical. If you are caught, you need to take a cybersecurity awareness education course. Focus 5, TIGP event reminder. Welcome event. Due to the COVID-19 conditions, the welcome event will be arranged by TIGP program eventually. So it will not be big gallery party. So the TIGP program assistant will send you an invitation. Focus 6, program regulations. Okay, let's talk about your stipend. As you know, the stipend for the first year student is 34,000 Taiwan dollars per month. For students who perform well, the stipend will be extended for 2 years. For the tuition fee, TIGP will subsidize tuition fee for international students for 5 consecutive years, during which you only need to pay the same amount as the local students do. Please be noted that if you applied for suspension anytime during these 5 years, the subsidy cannot be delayed for later use. Tax-free. The stipend provided by TIGP office is tax-free. Please also be aware of that the stipend is not offered during the determinant of starting. Next, for TIGP students, please do not work outside. The purpose of a stipend to you is to focus on your studying. Therefore, students are not allowed to work on or off campus part-time or full-time. About your stipend will be transferred directly to your post office account. Please remember to open an account at the post office at your earliest convenience. If you are living in the TIGP dormitory, the rent will be automatically deducted from the stipend per month. The leave of absence regulation. If you take leave, you must tell your program office. Each program has different regulation. Please ask your program for details. Make sure you follow the regulation, otherwise it will jeopardize your rights. If the leave duration is over than 14 consecutive days, including weekend, the stipend will be temporarily suspended until you're back. Required attendance. Okay, as a TIGP student, you are required to attend these 3 courses. Detail will be presented in next few slides. First, academic research ethic integrity. It is your responsibility as a student to know, understand, and follow the ethic integrity policy of Academia Cynical and partner university. Therefore, this ethics course is very, very important for you, which has been arranged on 23rd October. It is an online course. There will be online check-in and check-out. If you cannot attend on that day, you need to come to the TIGP office for DVD makeup course. The second one is a laboratory safety training course. For the student who needed to do the lab rotation, you must take this course. Most of our domestic students should have completed this course in Chinese version, and a few international students also completed this course already. If you have not attended any library 17 training course, we are organizing an English version in October and in November. Details will be announced soon. The last one, Chinese language class. Especially for the first year of international students, you must take this Chinese language class, which is designed to help you to adopt the life in Taiwan and get more opportunities for your future job hunting. So please remember Chinese class. Focus 7, program resources. Research fellows. TIGP programs offers these fellows recently. We welcome you to join this competition. So application announcement is released every Sunday, or not Sunday, every summer. Next, travel grant. We provide travel grant. We encourage our service students to attend the international conference. Detailed information, you may contact your program angels. As a TRGP student, you are welcome to attend this lecture to learn from the Nobel laureates and the distinguished scholars from around the world. Professional development. This course is organized by MCB program, and it welcomes all TRGP students to attend. Because we care about our students' future career development, we also arrange the following events, such as resume writing skill, interview preparation, and we take our students to visit a biotech company and the laboratories. National Biotechnology Research Park is next to TIGP building, so they provide a lot of job position also. In addition, job fairs for both the field of life sciences and the mathematics and physical sciences welcome our students to attend. Being TIGP student, you can apply for Academia Cynical RD card. The benefits are listed here. You can look through. You also can apply for SSO account to access this service. All application steps you may find out from student package online. Handbooks. For international students, you will receive an easy Chinese handbooks from your program assistant. We encourage you to bring it with you all the time during your first semester. The TIGP Student Handbook, which contains the key information for all students. We also welcome to join the TIGP FB book. Emergency contact card. So for any emergency, please bring it with you all the time. Each size is sent us with a credit card. It is portable. After the orientation, please remember to take this back from your program assistant. It also contains the emergency card I just mentioned in last slide. TIGP certificate. We know it's too early to tell you about this. Once you receive this PhD diploma from your university, you also can apply for TIGP certificate. It is free of charge. Focus A, general requirement and the publication guideline. Okay, by the end of the first year, you need to select your thesis advisor. Generally, you need to take 30 credits to graduate. For details, please contact your program. Qualification exam. Generally, it should be done by the end of the second year. Publication. Please follow regulation of your program. How to write affiliation. Let's see the next slide. When you publish a paper during your time in TIGP program, your authorship should follow the format as below. First, A, your TIGP program name. B, your partner university. C, affiliated institute of your advisor. So you can see two examples here for your reference. So next, okay, upon the graduation, please follow the regulation of a university for two things. First, thesis defense requirement. Second, English proficiency requirements. Details you may contact your program assistant. Okay, it's just a friendly reminder. After the orientation, you need to do the following step within 2 days. First, watch 2 videos. The link has been sent to you in the email of TIGP student package. The video is about Academia Cynical introduction, and then the other one is about laws, regulation, and enforcement rules in Taiwan. After watching the videos, please remember to sign the TIGP program student regulation form. We need to collect it. Therefore, we need you to upload it to the cloud folder. It is a cloud folder QR code and a link. You need to find out your program folder first and click on it. Then drag the file to the folder. Remember, your file name should be your program, then your name. For example, if you from CBNB, the file name first should be the CBNB, then your name. Okay, thank you. If you have any question, you can write down them when you do the online checkout, and then at the end of today's orientation, TIGP office will compile the questions and reply all together to you. Finally, if you need to review today's presentation slide, they're all available online. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks to Ms. Angelina for sharing such important information with us. Now let's welcome TIGP staff, Ms. Huan Yi, to talk about the ARC information. Welcome, Ms. Huan Yi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Huan Yi. So right now, let's focus on changing visa status and the ARC. And the next section is the certificate of student status. Okay, so due to the pandemic, some international students were already in Taiwan. There are 2 types of ARC status in your previous status, which can be separated into study or employee and other. So the first type, if your ARC status is study, you need to change your ARC status directly via the online ARC application system by National Immigration Agency. Most documents that you need to prepare are very common in white color. The only important document is the record of enrollment from the partner university in green color. Therefore, we encourage you to take this document to apply for your ARC after complete registration. The other type of ARC is employee or other, which means that you just quitted the last job or graduate from your master university, or you were an intern before and holding a visitor visa. But I guess there are fewer cases of holding visitor visa due to the pandemic. Okay, if your ARC status is employee or other, you cannot change ARC directly at National Immigration Agency. Instead, you need to go to the Bureau of Consular Affairs by yourself in yellow color and apply for a new resident visa first. And after you get the resident visa, then apply a new ARC via online ARC application system. The documents that you need to prepare are similar to those for ARC application. For example, the record of enrollment from the university. Another document that I want to draw your attention to is the attested diploma and the transcript. Okay, so let's begin to introduce ARC information. The first one is who need to apply. That's all foreigners holding resident visas and intending to live in Taiwan for more than 180 days are required to apply. The second is why do you need to apply the ARC? The reason one is to reside in Taiwan legally. The reason two is to open a post office account for saving. In Taiwan, in addition to delivering something, the post office has a function similar to the bank in your country, and your monthly stipend will go to that account. Thus, it is important to open the account as soon as possible once you get the ARC card. The reason three is that when you travel abroad, such as going to a conference, you need to show the ARC card and your passport to re-enter Taiwan. The reason four is to enroll national health insurance. Every international student can enroll the health insurance 6 months after you enter Taiwan, after you get the ARC. Please be aware that if you are out of Taiwan for less than 1 month during these 6 months, the time that you can enroll in the health insurance will be postponed by counting the days that you are absent in Taiwan. However, if you are out of Taiwan for over 1 month, it is terrible because the clock that you can enroll the insurance will recount from the date when you go back to Taiwan later. The third one is when do you need to apply ARC? Typically, once you have granted a resident visa, you should apply for an ARC within 15 days upon entering Taiwan or changing visa status to a resident visa. Under the current quarantine policy, every traveler should undergo a 15-day compulsory hotel quarantine, and thus, the ARC application will be extended for another 15 days. In other words, as a new arrival, you will have 30 days to apply for ARC. For the international students who already have NHI cards, please contact your program assistant, and the angel will help you to continuously enroll the NHI system. The next one is where and how to apply ARC. For students, ARC matter, including first application, annual leave extension, change information, reissued right. So such as loss or damage, please finish process directly at online application system. The ARC website looks like this. Well, you can see a little image here. There's a lot of students on that website. The TIGP website also provides a video to guide how to use the online application system. Just go to the media and the event section and you will find it. The documents you need to prepare are pretty standard. Just remember to provide a photo with 60% big hat in white background. The application fee is NTD 1,000, and you can pay it at a convenience store. Okay, so please note that any changed information needs to be updated within 15 days in the online system. The first one is passport number, and the second one is the address. I assume most of you stay in the TIGP dorm during your first year. However, when you move out of the dorm, please note that you need to change this information via an online system within 15 days. Otherwise, you will pay a fine. And I believe that you don't want this happen. In this part, we will talk about how to apply certificate of student status. Okay, the first step is to fill the application form, which can be downloaded from TIGP website. The website has a download section. After complete the form, please email it to the TIGP official email account. And then there will be several signatures in step 2, which TIGP office will deal with it. You don't need to come to TIGP office during steps 1 and the steps 2. After the certificate is ready, you will get an email notification and come to TIGP office to pick it up in step 3. The whole process from the first application until the form collection will take around 7 to 10 working days. Please do not walk into the office and ask for this certificate immediately because you need this document tomorrow. Our staff won't provide this last-minute service. Okay, so thank you for your attention. If you have any question about my section, such as the ARC and the student status, so please write it down and submit in the checkout form. Okay, so my part ends. Thank you very much.
Thanks to Ms. Huan Yi for sharing such great information with us. As we mentioned earlier, we are doing our best to minimize the culture shock and help all newcomers to find a balance in their lives here. So TIGP counselor, Ms. Dan Luo, will share cross-cultural transitions and prevention of sexual harassment. Welcome, Ms. Luo.
Hello, everyone. Can everyone hear me? All right. Well, my name is Dan Luo, and I'm one of the counselors from the Academia Cynical Counseling Center. And today I will be talking about mental health in your PhD. And I'll be covering 3 areas in the next about 30 minutes. And the first part is managing your mental health during your PhD program, including why it is important to talk about it and what you can expect during your PhD journey. And the second part is when to seek help and where to find mental health resources. And last but not least, I'll spend a little time talking about sexual harassment prevention at Academia Cynical. But before I start, I would like to have a quick survey. And I would like to invite you to use your cameras by turning it on and or off. So the question is, do you think it's important to talk about mental health? If you think it's important to you, please turn on your camera. And if you don't think it's important, you can turn it off or keep it off. And there's no right or wrong answer, okay? I just wanted to get a quick sense of what everyone thinks. So please answer by turning on or off your camera. Take a look. Wow, I'm seeing some friendly faces here. Okay, so quite a large number of you are turning on your cameras. And thank you for your responses. All right. And okay, now I will start my part. And if you like to turn off your cameras now, you can do that, and just to ensure that our online meeting runs smoothly. Thank you for your responses. And hold on a second, just let me bring up my slides. And I'm going to tell you in a second why I think it's important to talk about mental health in your graduate studies. All right, let's jump to why it's important to talk about mental health. Actually, in the past few years, there has been some studies that indicate that there is a growing mental health concern among PhD students. Or just to give you a couple examples. The first one is a study conducted in Belgium in 2017, and they found that 1 in 2 PhD students experience psychological distress, and 1 in 3 is at risk of a common psychiatric disorder. And they also compared this population with other groups and found that the prevalence of mental health problems is higher in PhD students than in the highly educated general population. All right, the second study was done in 2019, and they found over 1/3 of respondents had sought help for anxiety or depression related to their PhD studies. And did you know that there is even a conference called the International Conference on the Mental Health and Well-being of Postgraduate Researchers to address this concern? And they've had 2 conferences so far. One was back in 2019, it was held in UK. And the second one was earlier this year, back in May, it was online. So as we can see, there is growing mental health concern in graduate education, and it is important to address this issue. But why are PhD students susceptible to mental health issues? Perhaps we can start by looking at the difference between expectation and reality. And I would like to invite you to also think about what your expectations are during your PhD studies. And if you know what you get yourself into when you decided to enroll in the program. Well, let's take a look at this comic here. Right? The upper one shows one's expectation or one's plan on taking the PhD program. Well, it's like a journey, right? From point A to point B, and getting your degree is the destination. So you just go with it. However, the reality looks more like the lower one. It looks more like this, like you're going to encounter various challenges and difficulties, and you're going to have to learn different skills, removing roadblocks and under various pressures. And sometimes you may have self-doubt on whether you have made the right choice getting into the program. Now, so if you have if you are clear on the motivation on why you're getting into the program and have a more real expectation on what you may encounter, then when you're faced with challenges, you're more likely to deal with it in a more effective way. So I'm going to show you some of the common concerns our former students have dealt with. Now, what you're seeing is part of the counseling statistics in the year of 2020. Well, I'm presenting the top 5 most common concerns our PhD students sought out counseling for? Well, you can see both stress management and mentorship are top concerns, each accounting for 17% of the students who came in for counseling. And the following three concerns, which accounted for 9%, are psychological disorder, interpersonal relationship, and family relationship. So it is likely that some of you may also come across such challenges. So it can be helpful to be aware of what they may look like and what you can do to prevent or cope with such situations. So I'm going to present the following 5 areas. They are cultural adaptation, interpersonal relationships, mentorship, work-life balance, and self-doubt. I'm going to talk about each area individually. So the first one is cultural adaptation. Well, as you know, a large percentage of our TIHV students are international students. Well, some of you may have the experience of living abroad, but for some, this may be your first time living in a foreign country. Well, it can be quite exciting, meeting new people and having new experiences, but at the same time, it could also be overwhelming with unfamiliar culture and different way of life. Let's take a look at this comic, right? Let's take eating as an example. While this comic may be of an exaggeration, but in fact, in many of the local restaurants in Taipei, chopsticks are what you get. I see someone laughing, right? But sometimes you might get spoons. So basically, you're bound to experience some level of culture shock with unfamiliar greetings, strange food, having language barriers, and not used to the weather here, and so on. This may lead to feelings of frustration, loneliness, and homesickness. And you may start missing friends and family back home, and may experience minor health issues as a result of the transition. Well, fortunately, many of our students are able to adjust as life gradually gets better and when routine sets in. Well, here are some ways to deal with culture shock and help you to adapt. Well, the first one is to take your own time, right? Remind yourself it is normal to have difficulties living in a foreign country, and sooner or later, you will feel better. Next is to keep an open mind. Welcome the new experiences as they arise and participate in social activities. Explore the new city and discover the new culture and traditions. Also, build up a new support network for yourself is very important. Make new friends, especially with your classmates, your lab mates, your roommates, with local or fellow international students. Because doing research can sometimes be very isolating. So being friends with other PhD students or your colleagues can make the situation better. Okay, next, let's take a look at interpersonal relationships. Well, we just talked about making new friends, right? And how could this be a concern? Well, as we all have different cultural backgrounds, cultural differences can increase the likelihood of misunderstanding. Or for example, as this comic shows, well, people from different cultures show disagreement differently, or behavior in areas such as leadership, communication, and feedback styles can vary across cultures. While it is important to be sensitive to cultural differences, and it's equally important to avoid overgeneralization and stereotyping. After all, even people from the same cultural background can experience interpersonal relationship concerns as well. So I'm presenting some suggestions on building and maintaining interpersonal relationships, and they are applicable to both international students and our local Taiwanese students. So the first one is very basic, be friendly, right? Basically, you can smile and say hello, and remind yourself that building good relationships requires effort. For example, you can make an intentional effort to remember someone's name with the correct pronunciation. It just shows that you care. And show respect as well. Treat people as individuals and avoid judging them because of their looks, their actions, or their origin. And don't rush yourself as well. You may not experience an immediate bond because building trust and developing relationships do take time. And second, promote cultural understanding by sharing your own culture and learning others' cultures as well. I think this is particularly valuable to our Taiwanese students because you get to stay in the comfort of your own home, yet have the opportunity to have an international experience. While making friends from different cultures help you see the world through different lenses, or see different approaches to solving one problem and become more open-minded. I think it's really beneficial. And also practice active listening helps. It's a very effective strategy for communication. Active listening means restating or summarizing what the other person has said and ensure that you have understood them correctly and ask frequent questions to verify. So this helps build rapport and ensures that important information doesn't get missed or misunderstood. All right, let's take a look at next area on mentorship. Well, mentorship refers to your relationship with your supervisor. It is a vital part of your PhD study, your study process. Well, as with many relationships, it will vary depending on the working styles and personalities on both sides. And sometimes it will have mismatched expectations and misunderstanding. Well, let's take a look at this comic. It seems like there is misunderstanding. There is misunderstanding here, and I hope that this doesn't happen to you. I'm going to present some tips for maximizing the potential of your relationship with your supervisor. Well, first of all, make good use of your lab rotations. Well, these are your opportunities to get a taste of different research areas, different vibes in each lab, and get to know your potential supervisors. As working with them for a period of time and talking to others in the lab will give you a sense of what to expect and whether or not this PI is well suited to your needs. And once you decided on a supervisor, meet with them regularly. It's important to establish a supervision plan for you to make regular progress. And I think it's also important to communicate clearly. Say if you disagree with your supervisor, state your concerns clearly and calmly. And if you feel something is not with your relationship is not working well, discuss it with them as soon as possible to keep your studies on track. While last, take initiatives. Although your supervisor is there to assist you, you are the one who's responsible for your own research ideas and progress. So when you have meetings, come prepared with questions, ideas, and requests. This helps you to keep track of your own progress. Next, we have work-life balance. Okay. Work-life balance may not be one of your priorities because you're probably focused on your coursework, your comprehensive exams, your own research, which takes a lot of reading, data gathering, and writing. They all need your time, right? What about your recreations, your downtime, your hobbies? Are you going to end up like this lady doing Netflix and write? I think you may be wondering whether work-life balance is even possible, right? While it is, it does require a lot of effort, and you need to develop good habits and strategies to help you achieve. And it can increase your mental well-being and help you survive your PhD. So let's take a look at some suggestions here. Well, first one is arrange your priority. We know that all of us have 24 hours a day, right? And how you use your time is completely up to you. And you have to know what your priorities are and know when you're most productive. Well, for example, I have come to realize that I usually need 7 to 8 hours of sleep in order to function well the next day. And I know that some people only need 4 to 5 hours, which I think is completely unfair. But I've learned to accept this fact. And this is how I function, and this is how my body works. So having enough time to sleep is one of my priorities because it's important to me. And second, examine your approach to work and life from time to time. Well, there may be times you're feeling exhausted or just feeling really negative about your work. It is helpful to ask the following questions. For example, am I devoting enough of my time to relaxing and recharging my batteries? Do I engage in a relaxing hobby to take my mind off from my PhD project? Or how much time do I devote to seeing friends and family during the week? Well, these questions will help you determine whether you're taking too little time to relax. And last but not least, practice self-care with exclamation mark, because it's really important. Well, it doesn't really matter what you do. You can go for walks, you can listen to your favorite song, you can practice breathing exercises or writing in journals, but make sure you take time each day to switch off from work. Well, giving yourself some time to take breaks and enjoy other parts of your life is an investment in yourself and your personal well-being. Or think of it as running a marathon, right? You don't want to get burned out early in the race. You need to pace yourself and keep your physical and mental well-being at an optimal level. And let's take a look at the next one, self-doubt. Okay, self-doubt is very, very common in the academic world. Let's take a look at this comic here, right? Well, whichever level or whichever position you're in, you may still experience self-doubt and think that others are better than you. And you may feel like you don't belong in your position or you're not good enough, and you doubt that whether you get what it takes to finish your research and getting that degree. Or it is really important to realize that you're not alone and the inadequacy you feel isn't real. So let's take a look at some tips on dealing with self-doubt. Well, the first way is to ask yourself if you're seeing the full picture. Well, I'm sure many of you are on either Facebook or Instagram or one of the social networks, right? And I wonder if you post all your pictures on your cell phone on Facebook. Probably not. What you post on Facebook is selected, right? So when you see someone else's accomplishment, it's just like seeing what you get to see on Facebook. You only see the highlights of everyone's lives. And you don't see the years of effort, you don't see the false starts, you see the highlights, not the reality. And second, look back at your own previous accomplishments as well. Well, you got into your PhD program because you're the best. You got high marks in the past. You have your research experiences. You presented in conferences. You've accomplished so much. So look back at it and reflect on it. It will give you the confidence to keep going. Well, third, shift your view on perfectionism. Well, perfectionism is in fact quite prevalent among PhD students. You find yourself constantly comparing yourself to others around you or trying to be better than others. So there is always this constant pressure to achieve. Well, what you can do is try to adjust your mindset. You don't always have to be the number one or be better than others. You can try to appreciate others' achievement yet still validate your own accomplishments. Accept that you're not perfect and that you can set your own goal and work towards it. Last, keep moving forward. Or there are going to be times when you don't feel like you're making progress, or it all just simply feels overwhelming. And remember that it's a normal part of this process. And during stressful moments, it is important to learn how to be in tune with your own body so that you can manage your stress before it leads to something serious. So how do you assess your mental health needs? And when do you know you require outside help? We're going to get to that next. So the following are 4 areas you can assess yourself in. The first one is be aware of your own emotions. You may be feeling really low or helpless without good reason. You may see extreme changes in your emotions, for example, overly excited or extreme fear, and they persist for a period of time. Second is your cognition. So you may be feeling useless or losing control, and you may not be able to think clearly, or losing touch with reality is also a possible reaction. And sometimes people may have suicidal ideation. Behaviors, that's when we look at changes. For example, changes in eating, sleeping patterns, changes in quality of work, and you may not be functioning well in your day-to-day life. Also, we want to look at relationships. You may be withdrawing from people, even with your best friends and close family members, and you may not be interested in social activities as you used to. So these are all signs you need to be aware of, and I think the first step is your awareness. But don't panic, and you can try to cope with your usual coping strategies first. But if your concerns persist for over 2 weeks and using your own usual strategies don't work, or some of the reactions even get worse, then we'll recommend that you seek help. Can see counselors or can see a doctor. All right, so next I'll get to some of the resources at Academia Sinica here. And the first one is our counseling center. All right, we offer free individual and group counseling services. And we also have psychoeducation lectures from time to time. And on the left-hand side, you see a QR code that leads to our website. You can find more detailed information on our website there. And we now have 2 full-time counselors, Ms. Maylin Fong and myself. And you can reach us through the consultation hotline or through email with any questions or concerns. And what you see next are some of the pictures in our counseling center, some of our spaces. And we're located on the 2nd floor of the TIGP building. All right, so other than our counseling center, if you need to see a doctor, we also have the infirmary at Academia Sinica. They have family doctors available, and they also offer psychiatric services. If you need the information, you can search on the Academia Sinica website. It's under the Department of General Affairs. And also, well, every one of you is affiliated with a university, right? So if you think that it's more convenient for you to seek support or services at your university campus, you can also look for student counseling center. Usually every university campus will have a counseling center that offer free counseling service as well. Okay, so next, in the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about sexual harassment prevention in Academia Sinica, because what constitutes sexual harassment is often unclear and inconsistent across cultures. So I'm going to inform you some of the sexual harassment related regulations in Taiwan. First is what really constitutes sexual harassment. Here are some examples. The first one is unwanted flirting, which is when you make sexual advances and the other party tells you to stop or says no, then it's unwanted, right? The second one, catcalling, it is when an individual whistles or makes sexual comments towards another individual. For example, calling a female colleague nice legs, you may think it's a compliment, but it's a sexual comment, especially when she is uncomfortable. It is considered sexual harassment. And cases like this have happened in the past. So please be aware, you can make compliments on others' work, not on their looks. And touching without consent, it's a matter of respect, and it's also a matter of cultural differences as well. What may be considered appropriate physical contact in your country may be considered unwanted action here or by another individual. So please also be aware. Sexual favors, for example, requests for sexual favors in the workplace to keep your job or receive a promotion. It's not okay, right? Also showing inappropriate pictures or posters, sharing messages or images that have sexual contacts or were meant to be private. So basically, sexual harassment is attention or action that are not wanted and make someone feel bad. At Academia Sinica, in Taiwan, well, these are the legal regime governing sexual harassment in Taiwan. Gender Equality in Employment Act, Gender Equality in Education Act, and Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act. Well, based on these laws, government agencies, companies, and schools are required to set up committees and rules on sexual harassment, as well as channels for reporting violations. So in Academia Sinica, you can find such information in our Department of Personnel. You can find relevant regulations here, internet resources, and most importantly, sexual harassment complaint helpline. So if you do encounter such incident, you can file a complaint. You can either call or email the Department of Personnel. And once a formal complaint is filed, it will initiate an investigation process. It will be reviewed and investigated by a complaint committee called Sexual Harassment Complaint Handling and Investigation Committee. They'll go through a vigorous and confidential process to resolve the complaint. So that ends my talk today, and to conclude, whatever difficulties you may encounter, there is support available. So we have our TIGP staff members, you have your program assistant, classmates, lab mates, supervisors, and we also have counselors and doctors available. And when you're in need of support, you're not alone, and we'll support you through your PhD journey. And if you have any questions regarding today's talk, you can fill out your answer at the end of the event today at the checkout link, and we'll compile the questions together. And thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you all the best in your studies.
Thanks, Ms. Ro, for your valuable insight. This year, we invite our TIGP outstanding graduates to share their experience with you. First, let's meet Dr. Takayashi Senapati from University of Oxford, United Kingdom. As you can see from, just hold on for a second. We just wait for the slides to log in. Okay. Dr. Takayashi Senapati, she's from University of Oxford, United Kingdom.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes. Okay. As you can see from this slide, Dr. Senapati attended many TIGP events when she was here. She has joined us for the culture trips, Dragon Balls, and dancing at the welcome party. We are confident that soon you will also find your own sense of home here at Cynical. So now let's welcome Ms. Senapati. Hello, Mickey.
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank TIGP for giving me this opportunity to talk to and interact with all the newcomers. And I would like to congratulate all of you because for making to this TIGP. I think TIGP is great. It's not because I did that, that's why I'm talking, but you will feel eventually. So today, Felicia told me that I could interact you guys and give you some tips about how can you make a PhD journey successful. So according to my experience, there is not only one rule, it's not coming overnight journey that you will be successful. So this is a journey. So just make sure that you can learn as much as you can. And there is several points that's obviously I'm going to talk to you guys today. The first thing is that to make sure that your life, you are healthy, you are happy, you are doing what you are thinking. This all are synchronized with your every day. So to do that, I think there is no rules, people ask me like how we can successfully do our PhD in 4 years or to have a thing or postdoc after a few I'm sorry. Yeah, so So sorry about that. So basically, what I wanted to say is that there is no, fast and rule for the PhD to make your journey successful. So make sure that you are happy and having a great life. Because Taiwan, when people ask me here, how was Taiwan? There is only one answer I always give, and always I would love to say it again, that Taiwan is beautiful, is cute and sweet and underestimated country, for sure. So there is a lot to know, there is a lot to explore, just to make sure that you are doing that right, because you have all the opportunity. I think this motivation and the tips work for a few months. Actually, it's not needed for you guys because your energy, I'm sure that all of your energy is so high now because you wanted to do PhD, you have all the strategy. And when you join, people would love to share their experience. So they would like, oh, you have QE, you have this thing, you have that thing. So you have a lot of questions, in your mind now. So you just started making plans. So just be relaxed. Just relax and just explore yourself a bit, because that is important. This is a new culture. So with time, you get to know different things. The food, you would complain first. Then at the end, you would love it. I'm sure. I just guarantee you that. So there's a lot of small things you need to know first. So there is no rule that, overnight you will be successful. So I think in my experience, because I joined PhD after just finished my master, so for me, it took me quite a time to understand the system, to know, to be, there is a difference, obviously a difference drift between a good student and a good researcher. So it took me a while to understand this experiments stuff, and there is a lot of time you will feel disappointed. So I think the first thing you would love to understand how to come back to game again. It happens. We are human beings, so we will fail our experiments, but that doesn't make you feel like waste your 5 days or 10 days to just go to disappointment. You need to come back from that phase and you keep doing your things. And PhD journey, you all know that. You are decided to do a PhD, so there is nothing new that is the highness, lowness. You will eventually feel everything. So just to make sure to keep yourself motivated, because I don't know how many of you are TIGP MCB. I did my PhD in TIGP MCB program. And when I joined, I personally got to know that this is a very difficult program and you have a qualifying exam to do. You will fail eventually, you will do this. So a lot of experience, a lot of things you will get to know, and you will make yourself questions all the time. Oh, I'm doing it right? Am I able to do it? Can I do it? All of this question will come to your mind, and this is good. This is good. This insecurity is also important. This challenges to do the best. So you all will be fine. I know, I'm sure, because you all decided to do the PhD, and there's a lot of stuff, small things that actually matter. So as Felicia told earlier, that I had a lot of events to participate, because the problem with us, everybody, that we want to have a success, in our life so fast, so so perfectly, that sometimes we forget to take our brain off from the lab. That is important to me. I mean, not every day, but at least when you feel exhausted, you will feel exhausted. We are human beings. You feel exhausted, take your time off to go to lab, from lab, and get some friends. This is really important. That will make your life in Taiwan so easier. And try to have some outside activity, like painting, like playing, whatever you want to do, just do that bit, so that will make you feel relaxed. That will make you feel good, actually. And TIGP, for the first year and second year students, they organize a lot of ample of opportunity for cultural trips. There is a lot of things you can participate, and you can interact each other. In my experience, I think the first year is the best life in my PhD life, because most of you guys will live in dormitory, so you have a chance to interact with each other intellectually, politically, everything. And this coming back and talking to you guys is a feeling of home coming back. I can feel every memory just retrieve like yesterday, and I felt so good, because in the first year you would make a lot of friends, and with time you will get your busy schedules, and obviously you don't have time at the end to participate a lot of stuff. So make sure you are doing good, because Taiwan is such a beautiful country. They have hiking trails, they have really small things. So just make sure you are used and you are taking most of it, because this is something you would love to carry in your future, as after your PhD as well. And the second thing I want to emphasize about to evaluate yourself. So people would say that your PI would do this, or your postdoc, or your lab mates. So for me, it was important to keep yourself evaluated all the time. I mean, be honest with you and the system. You know that your flaws, right? So accept it earlier. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay to ask help. It's okay to know the new things. So when I was a PhD, my professor, Suelens, once told me that, skills are transferable. I mean, if you don't know the skill, somebody will teach you, you will learn it eventually. That will happen. But the one thing that is nobody will teach you is motivations. The motivation that coming from within you. I mean, that is something I will keep myself also like forever, because this is something actually I feel that is true. I mean, when we fail, okay, somebody will teach us a skill and we fail eventually, and then we'll feel disappointed. So there's coming back to the game. That requires your own motivation to know things. And our destination of this PhD journey is always one thing: to know, to learn ourselves. It's a curve, so it will take eventually time. You will get to know that you need to do hard work, people say. Some people would say, oh, you need to know efficiently how to do the hard work. So this is all your piece and bit of information, right? So you know what you can do. You know your best potential. Like, okay, this is my way to do. I would love to do everyday work. When I feel exhausted, I will take Thursday off. Do it. There is no hard and fast rule like weekend is the off day. Just do yourself, because this is your journey, and make sure you are doing it right. I mean, there is, as I said, there is no one day, one people said something to you, others say something to you. So take all the information and now just be relaxed. I know this period, this first year or few months, you don't need any extra energy. You all are like high positive energy to start your journey. So with time, eventually you might, feel disappointed, demotivated. So have each other back. The extra thing I want to say that just be kind to yourself, to each other, and do things right. And at the end, like when you feel like you have a publication to have, or you want to go to the postdoc or to academia or industry, you will get to know at end of your PhD. At that time, you can strategize your plans, like, okay, maybe I will attend this international conference where I could, meet a lot of professionals, different field or your field, and you can have a interaction internationally. People would get to know you. So this later stage of PhD journey would be a bit more easier. But I think the hardest part is the first fetch that make you feel sometimes super highly energetic, motivated, sometimes is so low. So that's balance. So that's, I think TIGP already have, when I was in TIGP, obviously they have appointed someone to help you in their health and, mental healthness and everything. So they will take care of small bit of information of your life. So make sure you are doing it right. Or anytime you want to talk to anybody, you can just feel free to talk to them, and don't stress yourself a lot, or don't make yourself super motivated. I mean, that balance is important. So that's it. And eventually, the last thing I would love to share that, as I said, my mantra always like to know more. So eventually, this side thing is paper coming. We will do PhD. We are doing PhD to know more, and we are, to do to be a specificity. I mean, perfection in one specific field. So having paper, this is a bonus thing, but that's not the reason we are doing experiments. So make sure there is if the 5 figures need to a paper, you can have 500. If you are the first author, you need to know everything. So that motivation is coming from you. So I hope, I'm not sure whether that's really helpful, but I hope anytime you have any questions, you can ask me now or bug me anytime. I would love to answer. Thank you so much, TIGP, for giving me this, opportunity to motivate the newcomers and give some tips. I hope that helps.
Thanks for Ms. Tanapati's encouraging speech. Now let's meet Dr. Tianyun Lee from Technical University of Munich, Germany. Welcome, Ms. Lee.
Hello, everyone. I hope everybody can hear me clearly.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. So good afternoon, everyone. So now here's good morning to all the members from TIGP and office, and welcome to the all new TIGP students. My name is Tianyun, and today is really my pleasure to be able to join the orientation, TIGP orientation 2021. So first of all, I would like to use this opportunity to thank the TIGP for considering me as an outstanding student. I have to say, I never thought I was outstanding when I was studying, because I saw many students in TIGP who are very excellent in their research and many ways in life. I also benefit and learn a lot from them. And today I'm going to share my experience in studying TIGP and how it influenced my research and career. So I guess you all heard about the previous TIGP alumni, that the tips for the PhD. So I will first introduce, first to talk about myself and how my research path changed then. So I'm from Taiwan, apparently. I studied my PhD in TIGP MBS program in 2012. And then I moved to NCHU next year in Taichung to continue my PhD thesis research. So I wasn't in the academia Cynical all the time, but I still had a connection and contact from here, of course. And then in 2016, I got a scholarship from Taiwan and Germany to conduct my research in Germany. And after 1.5 years, I was back and finished my thesis and defense in 2018. And the same year, I started my postdoc research in Technical University of Munich. And since this year, in May, I actually started my own research group focusing on the clinical proteomics at the Technical University of Munich. So, okay, so later on, I will just directly talk without slide. So during this development, TIGP really gave me a lot of support. So there are different aspects. For example, the first one I would say, as a Taiwanese, I have to say, I don't have so much experience in immersing in the whole English speaking environment. And the first one is international environment, but that really built on how much you engage the discussion. So for example, when you discuss with your colleagues or when you join a lecture, or seminar, or talks, I think you really, you can really use this chance to practice how it works for the whole English environment to discuss and to have a scientific discussion. And of course, you will also make a lot of friends. They are from different cultural background, and usually our official language is English. And the second one actually is, I would say, is research scope and also the vision. Because as I mentioned that, so although I wasn't in academia Cynical all time, but then I can still access to all the research resource. And I also received a lecture here in academia Cynica and also join the talks and seminars. And during this, I think with these opportunities, you can also directly talk to the PIs and the speakers. And of course, you get the visions from them. And for me, it really helps a lot because that makes me think of extending my research scope by adapting different technology and think in different way if someone has a better suggestion and advice for that. So for this part, I think TIGP really helps me a lot. And this is also like, I would say it's also a very important point that I decided to apply a scholarship to go abroad before I get my PhD, because I just feel the need that I want to learn something. Of course, I can also learn in Taiwan. I think that's not a problem. It just, in general, it's really advanced how I think about my research. Because in the end, your PhD project is your own responsibility. It's not your PIs. Of course, you discuss with your PIs, but someone, I think one of my mentor told me that, yes, you work hard on your PhD thesis, not mine. So take your own responsibility, think about your project, and try to also be open-minded to the suggestion from the others. And the third one, I would say, maybe not so much people mention that, but I would say it's really important factor is a financial support for me, because in the beginning, you already get a stipend that really support you to see your PhD as a job. And later on, TIGP also offer travel grant. And at that time, that really helped me a lot, twice actually. So the first time I got the travel grant to go to Vancouver, and at the conference, I met my supervisor in Germany. And that's actually the changing point that he said, yes, I can visit his lab, because usually by email, you don't meet each other. It's relatively harder to let someone else say, okay, I will host you for 1 year, 1.5 years. So this is a great opportunity to join the international conference with some financial support. And of course, there are another ways that you can apply other support from your university, your local university you affiliate with, or your PI may also provide you this chance. And the last one, I would say, it's partially related to TIGP, but it's very important as well. It's have friends and have fun. I would definitely encourage all the students, I guess this is also the tip from the previous talk, that really take your chance to visit Taiwan. And they're actually also including the local students, because I think as a Taiwanese, you never thought that, okay, yeah, I've been here, I've been there, it's just everything is so boring. But it's actually not, because when you show your colleagues, your friends, your classmate, your batchmate, whatever you call it, you would guide them through, and then you have to explain things to them in English, and sometimes it's not so easy. I mean, not every food in night market you can translate it. And that's so much fun when you try to communicate, you try to also think about your own culture. And I would say it's a super unique opportunity to create the memories for all of you. And you will realize how beautiful Taiwan. And this is actually at the moment I miss the most, because due to the COVID, I haven't been to Taiwan for more than 2 years. And that's something really make me miss. Okay, so in the end, I was told that I could provide some colorful picture that to show you. Otherwise, you will probably get bored after this so many hours of the talks. And I think I was quite late speaker now. And this is some picture I would like to show you. That's the great time with my MBS 2012 friends. And as you can see on the picture, this is our on the top right corner, and you can see we are apparently cooking something. Yes, and that was the first month we were in the TIGP, and they are Ben from Taiwan, Shadi from India, Jimmy and I from Taiwan, Luis from Dominican Republic, and May from Malaysia, and Edna, Wensui, and Link from Taiwan, and Nia from the Philippines. So you see we have quite a lot of different countries. And then we decide to do an international potluck. So we cook one dish from our own country. And of course, there will be more Taiwanese dishes, but it's still acceptable. That's called international. And then we really had a lot of fun for that night. And we also get to know each other. So maybe you can also think about to organize something like that. And then because we also been to some, sorry, I haven't finished my last slide. We also been to some museum, and then we also go to the night market, and we also try xiaolongbao together. We went to the zoo. So those are really nice excursion together. And we also even visit May, Malaysia, a few of us. So it was a really nice trip, and we really enjoy a lot. I think since today, I'm still appreciate that we have this friendship, because now we are all scattered around the world. Some are in American, United States, some are in Germany, some are in, some are still in Taiwan, and then some back to their home country, Philippines and Dominican Republic. So these are a time that you really have now. So in the future, you won't see each other so often. So the last slide would be also maybe some extra tip that besides TIGP, I also try to find something to do. Sometimes it's not like I try to find, just my friend's friend actually knows that and they ask if I want to join. So the first one on the top right left, I actually organized an international conference twice, one time in Taiwan, one time in Singapore. So we coordinate with some PhD students in Japan, South Korea, and China and Singapore, and we try to make up a conference for that. And I really learned a lot, because you also learn how you organize a big event and coordinate together with the people from different countries. And of course, I also want to show you some picture that I had in Germany. You cannot forget beer, super big pretzel, and also some nice picture, some nice retreat together with my group. So they really extend my horizon. So if you have chance, besides doing your own research, if you have time, really think about whether you can do something else and learn, also benefit or learn something during that. I'm not saying that you should always do that and without doing your research. That's not what I want to say. But I'm just saying that staying whole time, 24 hours, 7 days in the lab won't make you happy. So really try to, as has been said, you should get the balance. And that's my talk. And I really enjoy my time in TIGP. And I'm really proud of being one of them. And I want to appreciate all the people from TIGP who helped me through my journey. I'm happy to see you and talk to you today. If you have any question, just shoot your question to me. And I wish all of you enjoy your PhD in Taiwan and have a very successful research. Thanks very much.
Okay, thanks to Ms. Lee's eye-opening experience sharing. In the next part, we will have two dorm mentors to share life at the dormitory and its regulation. Now, let's welcome the first dormitory representative, Mr. Belaku, to introduce the neighborhood. Welcome, Mr. Belaku.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Pony, for your brief introduction. For the next 20 minutes or so, I will introduce you the neighborhood of Academia Sinica. The speakers before me, they gave you lots of information. So I will just, in my presentation, I will just give you some informations about some basic facilities around the Sinica that you would like to visit.
Okay, please give us several seconds.
Oh, sorry. Okay. That's okay now? Oh, okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. All right. Okay. So, as Ms. Pony already introduced me, my name is Bam Laku, and I am in the TIGP SCST, Sustainable Chemical Science and Technology student. And I'm currently also serve as a dorm mentor in the TIGP dormitory. I'm living there. And in the next few minutes, I will introduce you some facilities around our neighborhood in Academia Sinica that would, I hope, help you to know where to go until you get to use for most of the neighborhood here. So to begin with, in this presentation, I will I will introduce you some restaurants, some shopping facilities, healthcare facilities, physical exercise facilities, and also finally, I will give you some general suggestions and recommendations from my personal experience. As you already know, that Academia Sinica is situated in the capital city of Taiwan, which is the northern the most northern part of the country. And from the different, there are different districts in Taipei. So Academia Sinica is situated in Nangang district. Here we are. And I will, in this presentation, I will just introduce you some more, basic facilities around this road, this 109, which is the main road in our neighborhood. So to begin with, here we are in Academia Sinica, and the TIGP office now I'm currently using for this meeting, and also TIGP dormitory are found around these proximities. And the first thing I will to introduce to you is where to eat. Yeah, especially for those who whose background is not from around Asia, or the food culture is really quite different from Asia. I would like to introduce some restaurants that you will hopefully like to visit. The first is we have a small market nearby, Zhonggu Market, which is this yellow building behind the fire department around here. And so the building from outside, maybe it seems like a pretty old building, but inside it does have lots of facilities, including some small restaurants, and also fresh vegetables and fruit sellers there inside. So I think you would like to, I hope you love to dine there if you once get some insight in there. The other is the Bafang Dumpling Restaurant. We have one branch here. For those who don't eat pork, also they have option for vegetarian options and different kinds of dumplings and other dishes you can find there. The other is the Taiwanese buffet restaurants are also very familiar and very common around our neighborhood. Our students usually dine there, buy there. So around this main road, there are different Taiwanese buffet restaurants. Basically, you will have all on the table, and you will pick whatever you want. And the price also will depend on how much you put on your plate. So I hope you will find convenient to dine there also. The other is there is on the another gate of Academia Sinica, around the other gate of Academia Sinica, around this Hushi Elementary School. There is one restaurant I always visit, the pasta or spaghetti restaurant. That's spaghetti is quite international. So if you want to try something until you get to use the delicious Taiwanese food, so you can first try these restaurants. The other is in Sinica also. In this Zhonggu Market, around the Zhonggu Market that I already introduced, also there are Taiwanese style breakfasts. I love always to go there. It's the most common Taiwanese breakfasts in here, so you can check out that. And also there is next to that restaurant there is this Italian style restaurant that they sell different dishes of spaghetti. So I would recommend you to visit some of them there. And we have also some bakeries around if you are someone who would like to choose your bread. One is nearby in front of the Bafang restaurant that I already introduced you. There is one a bakery, so they have different kinds of breads and some sweets. You can visit there, and we have also another to this side here. And if you wish, I think you would find them quite useful. The other one is Academia Sinica Activities Center, Breeze Gourmet. This is situated in the Academia Sinica Activity Center, inside the Activity Center, the first floor. As you can see from the picture, there are Breeze Gourmet, different stores, small restaurants inside. And there are these common spaces there, so you can choose the restaurant that you would like to have and then go there and dine, especially on Sundays, because most of the restaurants around our neighborhood are closed on weekends, especially Sunday. So, but this activity center is open all day, so I hope you can find it useful, especially on that holidays and Sundays. And also there are Mossburger there, and also small 7-Eleven. All these facilities in the activity center have a discount for Academia Sinica staffs and students. I think at least 10%, 10 to 12% of discount by showing your ID. So I think that's a good deal. The other one is where to shop, some basic stuff until you get to know, to explore the whole Taiwan, the whole city. The Taipei have a lot to offer. But if you are in need right now to just go some basic shoppings, the nearest department store we have in here is Nangang Station CityLink Mall. This mall, as you can see from the picture, it's a big mall with different services. Like it's also a station for THSR, which is Taiwan High Speed Rail, to go to far distance like Kaohsiung, and Taiwan Railway Agency for intercity commute, and mass rapid transit, the MRT in intercity Taipei station. So that TRA station also we have there. Mass rapid transit MRT station also we have there, and also it's also a bus stop for intercity buses, like the cities to nearby Geelong or the airport. You can take bus from there. The other is Carrefour Nangang store. We have nearby supermarket. You can take bus 306, 205, or 212 to go there. And also if you are into sport, and you want to have some sport equipment, clothing, shoe, you can visit the Decathlon, the Nehu store. That one is the nearby, which is very cheap, much cheaper, and also have a variety of accessories, sport accessories, and equipments. And also for grocery shopping, for wholesale grocery shopping, by becoming a membership, you can. We have Costco wholesale in Nehu. That's the nearest one. Is that one? And as I have said to you, the Carrefour Nangang store also is pretty much handy. The other is Taiwan is really that convenient in many aspects, but when it comes to especially convenience stores, the convenience stores are found in every few meters sometimes. So in our small neighborhood, we have like more than 4 or 5 convenience stores. The one highlight here I showed you here is found inside Academia Sinica, and also like that other services in the campus. There is a 12, I think, % discount for students and staffs if you show them your ID. So. And also around next to our dormitory, TIGP dormitory, we have PX Smart, which is extension of our kitchen there. The other is, I think, I don't know how much of the even the senior students know this. On the second floor of the High Life building in Academia Sinica, we have a grocery, a shop, a very big a supermarket, a medium supermarket, which have different groceries and different services. So I think it's here on the first floor. It doesn't have any name or that kind of thing, but you can visit it there. So the first floor of the High Life building. And the other is if you got if you want some healthcare facilities, and if you are working in Academia Sinica, the first is Academia Sinica Infirmary room. We have for minor injuries when you are doing in the laboratory, and also some minor illness. On the first floor of the gymnasium building, there is this infirmary room for first aid services. And the other, we have Weikan Clinic here next to the fire department, and also Jalong Pharmacy. They are next to each other. And if you want to go hospital, I think I will suggest to visit Tri-Service General Hospital. Their staffs are really speaking very good English, and their service is very good. So I would recommend to visit that hospital if you wish. And also we have Taipei City Hospital Zhongshan branch, which is the nearest hospital around here. And as the speaker before me said, it's not only it's about study, the PhD. That's definitely our priority, but sometimes you will get you have to find some time to relax and to just release some of the tension. So what I would like to introduce here are some of the facilities if you are into exercise. The first is Academia Sinica Gymnasium in the campus. And this gymnasium have a fitness room, aerobic and dance rooms, indoor swimming pool, indoor jogging track, and also indoor tennis court, a basketball court, and badminton courses. So for Academia Sinica staff, they have a policy, a very discount one, that you will pay 50 NTD for 60 days, for the first 60 days there, and the rest of the year will be for free. That means 3,000 NTD per year. But that year is counted from January to December. So if you started earlier, you will get more time to work out for free. And the other, if you are into outdoor exercise like hiking, we have one very developed, nice hiking trail nearby. Taiwan is very, we have, in Taiwan there are lots of well-developed hiking trails, but the nearest one is this one, from Elephant Mountain to Nangang Mountain, or vice versa, from Nangai Mountain to Elephant Mountain. It's around 5.5 kilometers, and the view is very, very nice on the top of that. So you can go there and have some relaxed time with friends on the weekend or holidays. The other one, if you are into biking, nearby we have lots of biking routes. The one is the Kilung Riverside biking route, which is totally around 32 kilometers from here to Tamsui. But you can do whatever distance you would like in the middle between these this biking road. So you can have your own bike, or you can even use the public bike, U-bike, and then just if you want to have some relaxing biking down there. And if I would like to suggest this one as a group with trip with your friends, and maybe in a very long holidays. In Taiwan, there is Taiwan Cycling Route 1, which is very famous among the foreigner and also local tourists. This is literally it is a 360 round biking route. So it's totally around 870 kilometers, and so around the Iceland, you can that means literally you can touch every city of every big city of the Taiwan just by within 10 days. So the tourism bureau have a 68-page guidebook about this journey, about starting from the preparation to the whole process. So you can read that, and literally if you ride average of about 90 kilometers per day with an average speed of 20 kilometers per hour for just only 4.5 hours a day, you will reach this goal of finishing this route within 10 to 12 days. And if you think that's a little harsh, this guy is Mr. King Liu, the president of the famous bicycle company in Taiwan, Giant. So he finished this route within 12 days at age of 80. So I definitely you would love you would be able to finish this route so within 10-12 days. Finally, some suggestions. This works for every foreign countries. So as the saying goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So it's nice to know and respect the rule, norm, and custom of the land everywhere and anytime. That makes your stay more enjoyable. And also take an advantage of the opportunity to learn another language, Chinese language. There are classes, and also there are intermediate classes if you would like to continue. And to enjoy the local food, especially for people like me who doesn't have the experience to use chopsticks. And if you want to really enjoy the local cuisine, you have to learn how to use chopstick properly, unless it's really pretty hard to have all kind of Taiwanese food without that. And from my experience, if you visit a doctor before you get your health insurance, that is after 6 months. So don't forget to ask the doctor to give you a diagnosis certificate. That way you can apply to your university for reimbursement of some of the costs you paid. And the last but not least, I will recommend you some app for make life easy here. If you would like to continue your Chinese language study, you can use Pleco. It's pretty nice dictionary. For Taiwan Railway Agency service, you can use Taiwan Railway Timetable app. For bus, you can use Taipei Bus Timetable if you are living in Taipei. For MRT, you can use Go Taipei Metro, especially if you want to go take your bike with you. There are some stations which allowed to take your bike on, and there are stations who doesn't allow that. So, and other also informations, you can use this app to discover more about the MRT service here. For high-speed rail, THSR, to book ticket, to buy tickets, and to you can use T Express app. So pretty much that's my suggestions, and I hope you will enjoy your stay here, and I wish you a nice time, a happy time here, and work hard, play hard, and take care of yourself. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mr. Benakut, for your wonderful information. Now let's welcome our second dormitory representative, Ms. Rona, to introduce the dormitory regulation. Welcome, Ms. Rona.
Hi, everyone. Now we're down to the last part of the student orientation, and I hope you're still awake there. What a great way to
Voice is muted, your voice, sorry.
Okay. Sorry for that. Let me try again. Yeah, so I'm Rana, and I'll be introducing to you the TIGP dormitory and some of its important regulations. So thank you for that introduction to the neighborhood. And now we're into our home for those of you who are staying in the dormitory. So first things first, if you're new here in Taiwan, you know that it's hard to sometimes find places, and especially the addresses which are in Chinese. So I encourage everyone to scan and save this QR code to save the dorm address, just in case you need to take the cab or the Uber. Then you can show them this address and you won't be lost somehow. Please do not use Google Translate, translating the English address to the Chinese one, because it will get you to somewhere else. And I would first like to introduce the dorm manager. We have Mr. Michael Cho.
Hello, everyone. This is Michael, the dorm manager. Today, I would like to share an adjective with you all. That word is economical, because I think it is economical for you. Most of you would like to choose to apply for the TIGP dorm because of 3 economical reasons: cheaper price, cozy environment, and convenient location. And actually, the word economical or economy comes from the Greek word. It means it is oikonomia in Greek. It means stewardship or household management. In ancient time, many wealthy Greek families were the hire stewards to take care of them, to manage things for them. That's why we are here. On the one hand, we want to we try our best to make you feel like home. On the other hand, we will let you know some regulations, and we will introduce you some managers here in order to make you to make most use of resources here. And I sincerely hope you have a great time here in the dorm. And I will hand over back to Rona to continue introducing mentors and its regulations. Thank you very much.
Now you get to see a glimpse of those emails that you received from. So that was Mr. Michael, thank you. And I'll be introducing the dorm residential mentors. Maybe you have heard from earlier. So one is Bam and I myself. So we are also students, and I show here on the screen our roles and responsibilities. So basically, we are here to help you with your dorm stay, and we hope that you are able to participate well in the dorm activities, as well as follow rules and instructions for the good of all. And first, if she's in the audience, we'd just like to introduce you to Zhonggu Lin. She's from Taiwan, and she's in charge of the first and second floor residents. Hi, John. If you're there, just wave and
Yes,
say
I'm
hi.
here. Hi, everyone. Feel free to approach me if you need any help.
Yeah, thank you, Joanne. And we also have Alwin from Malaysia. He is in charge of third floor residents. Hi, Alwin.
Everyone. So I'm Alwin. I'm from Malaysia. So welcome to the TIGP program and hope you have a lovely time in Taiwan.
Yeah, as you can see, they're in the dorm. So for those who have not been to the dorm yet and are still to come, you get a glimpse of your room. And we also have Jian from Malaysia. He's in charge of the fourth floor residents.
Hi, everyone. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Jian. You'll get to know him better when you get to meet him in one of these days. And we also have Anand. I'm not sure if she can join us now, but she will be in charge of, oh, there she is, in charge of the fifth floor residents. Oh, she's on mute, but I'll interpret it for you. She said hi. So that's Anand. And we also have YJC. She's in charge of the sixth floor.
Hey, can you hear me? Hi.
Yeah.
I am Yang Ziqi. I'm a Taiwanese. Welcome to Taiwan.
And we have Bam. So maybe Bam could introduce a little bit of himself.
Again, okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Bam Laku. I'm from Ethiopia, and I'm a SSC program student here. So welcome to Taiwan. Welcome to the road.
And that's me there. My full name is Rana Barbarana. I'm from the Philippines, and I'm in charge of the 9th and 10th floor. So hopefully if you have some technical problems in the dorm, maybe you can approach me. I like techie stuff. And we also have Mr. Shao. He's in charge of the married dorm for those of you who are staying in the married dormitory. So let's welcome Mr. Shao.
Hello, and welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So you have seen mostly all of us here, so 8 of us as dorm residential mentors. So if any of you encounter certain problems in the dormitory, or if you have something to suggest, you may contact us or the dorm manager directly. So to begin with, just to share with you some of the rules in specific areas of the dormitory, we have the study bedrooms. So as you can see, our study rooms, we have, it's an ensuite facility. So we have your own bathroom as well as your bed, and some of you may have the balcony. And some residents who are short-term stays stay in a bunk bed room. And as for the rules, please keep your rooms clean and make sure that you follow all the rules written in the guidebook. And if you need to call someone within the dorm, just dial 1 and the 3-digit room number. Except for those living in the 10th floor, you don't need to add another 1 in the prefix. And as what Mr. Michael said, we are stewards here, so make sure that we take care of the facilities that we are entrusted with. Okay, and so that's for the study rooms, and we have our kitchen. We have small and big kitchen. It is equipped with microwaves and refrigerators. And we also have boxes which are labeled with the room numbers. So everything for your cooking needs, your personal equipments or ingredients, you have to place them inside the box properly. And we hope that you also maintain the cleanliness of the kitchen, clean after yourself. Make sure to also follow proper waste segregation. And in the use of the storage, such as the refrigerators, make sure to label them with your room number as well as the expiry date. So from time to time, one of our dorm helpers, the cleaning lady, would take out things from the fridge which are already expired. And we also have a multi-purpose room where we can hold our activities here. So if you want to book the room in advance, you can write down on the paper that is posted outside. But for now, due to the COVID situations and majority of the dorm members are not yet vaccinated, the visitors are not yet allowed inside the dorm. But just to give you a glimpse of what you can do with a multi-purpose room, you can gather here for practice for your presentation, for your thesis defense, or even presentation for your classes and do some reports. And you can also gather here to have some fun. This was the picture on the left was taken during the time where COVID is not yet that bad here in Taiwan. So we were able to hold some activities for the students, such as those game boards. And also the laundry room, it's equipped with the washing machines and dryers. So they are coin operated. So just do your laundry here and just use $10 coin. And make sure also to properly use the machines for what they're intended for. And for example, you're drying your shoes, we have the 6th floor, which is an open space. So you can hang them there if you want to dry them. And also maintain the cleanliness of the laundry room. And we also have the lobby here. We gather, and as you can see on the right-hand side picture, you see their mailboxes. So if you have letters or something that are sent to you, you can check them. And we also have some vending machines there. So during late night studies, so you can just see for yourselves what food you need or beverage. So in the dorm lobby, also keep your things, personal things, to your room. So make sure that we keep this space clean also for receiving visitors. And I'd like for us to watch this video. So we asked one of the interns permission to show this. So stay tuned for a 2-minute video about the TIGP dorm tour, especially for those who are yet to come here in Taiwan. Oh. Maybe we can show that later on, the TIGP dorm tour. So we can move on to the next slide. So important reminders. So all of you have already read the guide and contract book. If you have any doubts regarding any of the rules and regulations, please feel free to tell us and email us, or even just freely talk to us about these things. So some important reminders: the dorm, as you have signed, is a 1-year contract only. So your contract is only until the end of July of the following year, so no extension. So please start looking for your next accommodation around the middle of spring semester. There are some helpful websites that I've placed here, which was also introduced to us during our some of the events. So 591.com, Borderless House, MyRoomAbroad.com. Or you can simply ask around your seniors or some of your newfound friends here in Taiwan. And keep silent and respect silent hours. So we live in a neighborhood where we also have families living around the different buildings. So make sure to observe silent hours from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. for everyone's peace and quiet time. Okay, and since we are still in a level 2 restriction, we should wear our mask properly in any public area, especially in the dorm. So wear your mask properly, including the elevators. And as of this moment, no visitors are yet allowed until further notice. And respect. So let's respect the rights of people and officials. So any misconduct, which are also talked about in the earlier presentations, intolerance towards any individual, gender, culture, religion, race, color, political beliefs, and sexual orientation shall be treated as a misconduct and could lead to termination of the contract. So no smoking, partying, or drinking alcoholic beverages in the dorm premises, and make sure to follow instructions of dorm manager, our security officers, and even the cleaning and maintenance staff during emergency or natural calamities. So please do check your emails and our bulletin boards or our elevators for important announcements. And speaking of calamities and other emergencies, we'll be having a fire drill on the 29th of October from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Please mark that on your calendar. So attendance is a must. We're in the first floor lobby and the second floor patio of our dormitory. And right after, we'll also be serving light food for takeaway to be distributed. So yeah, so I wish you all a wonderful stay in our home away from home. And as promised, I'll be showing you the video. And okay, hope you're seeing my screen. Are you seeing my screen now? Yeah, okay. So to the video, so I hope you enjoy this video prepared by one of our interns.
I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me. Yeah, wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Fine, another reason to breathe this air. And that we made for ourselves. This won't be the last time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me. Yeah, I know it when I make you. I'm not every time you're lost, I wonder if you know you're missed. I'm breathing when I can, and I only hope
Yes.
I never met.
So that's it. So thank you for your attention and see you in the dorm and hope to get to know you when you get here.
Thanks to Ms. Rona for sharing such great information with us. Here comes with the last reminder. Please remember to use the QR code or the Google form to check out online. This is very important. If you have any questions, please write it down in the checkout link. The TIGP office will compile the questions and reply together to you. Thank you and have a nice evening. Hope to see you guys soon. Bye-bye.